Disclaimer: the following fanfiction contains moments that may be considered disturbing, especially in the later chapters. Viewer discretion is advised. Applebloom's Mansion by Lucar. Act 3, Part 2. The key opened the door at the opposite side of the entrance, letting Applebloom enter a rather small room with not many things in it, mainly a dresser, a telescope that was looking through a window towards the sky, and the ghost of a dark gray-furred, black-maned bat pony mare was looking through it. Where is she? Why isn't she there anymore? Despite herself, Applebloom couldn't stop herself from asking, who's not there? The bat pony mare turned to her, anger in her eyes. The mare in the moon, our great goddess of the night. Everything I did was in her name, but now she's gone. You know where she is, right? Where is she? When did she disappear from the moon? If you're talking about Nightmare Moon, she returned last summer's sun celebration. Yes! My goddess is back! You didn't know that? Even if you're a ghost, you should have known. Where were you? I'm not sure. I don't remember where I was or what I was doing before arriving in this mansion. It's all blurry. My last good memory was me offering myself in sacrifice to the moon goddess when Celestia's dogs almost caught me. Okay. Professor, a bat pony, fanatic of Nightmare Moon, sacrificed herself just before she was caught by the guards. Roger, let me search. Tell me, where is my goddess? I must join her to help her rule the world in eternal night. You know you're a ghost, right? I know. I will probably be able to join her feared army of darkness. Isn't it wonderful? Well, I'm sorry to say this, but there are no army of darkness. Oh. Actually, Nightmare Moon was purified back into Princess Luna by the elements of harmony. Now she's living in Canterlot with Princess Celestia. She's not trying to rule the world and to plunge it into eternal night anymore. You lie! Miss, I'm an apple. Apples aren't known for their honesty. My sister is even the element of honesty. We aren't good at lying. Okay, I found her. Dark Moon. Lived 500 years ago. Fanatic, auto-proclaimed leader of the cultism cult of the great goddess of the night, which had only one member, herself. Destroyed some statues of Celestia, insulted the royal guard. Worst thing she did was attacking a guard trying to stop her from yelling in public to join the night side or whatever. Of course, as a result, the guards came to her house to arrest her, and then she sacrificed herself on an altar to Nightmare Moon before they could reach her. Poor girl, Applebloom thought before speaking. Alright, listen, Miss Moon, if you want, I can lead you to Princess Luna so she'd talk to you, but you see, another ghost forcing me to capture the ghosts I encountered in the mansion, so fear includes you. You won't take me alive, you sun-loving jerk! Applebloom face filled. Oh, for the love of Luna, you're already dead, and I'll free you once I'm done with this stupid mansion. Once you're free, I'll ask Twilight if she can ask Luna to come meet you. She then looked at the ghost sadly. You know, Luna would be really sad to learn that some pony sacrificed themselves in her name, even if it wasn't Nightmare Moon's name. She didn't want that. She just wanted ponies to love her again. I refuse to see this Luna as my goddess of the night. Your goddess is no more. Now she's just Princess Luna. Did you like it or not? Nightmare Moon's gone. Shut up! The telescope was suddenly thrown by an invisible force towards Applebloom, who quickly rolled out of the way before she ran into the mare and activated the poltergust. Let me go! I refuse to join the light side! The poltergust quickly got the upper hand despite her struggle, and before long the mare was caught. So, green crystal or yellow crystal? Yellow. We will keep her in there until Princess Luna can come. Hopefully she'll be able to convince her to stop that nonsense with Nightmare Moon and maybe find peace. Outside of this mansion, this poor girl would have just been a mindless, wandering spirit. Sadly, some ghosts just don't have enough power to continue being in this world and remain themselves, which explains why some just repeat what they were doing when they were alive without minding the living. Thanks to this mansion, these ghosts can gain this power and be themselves again. Applebloom took the new key. I hope then that I won't encounter more ghosts like her. I don't want to capture ghosts that aren't really evil and haven't been turned crazy by the curse. Hopefully.
They'll do like the ghosts that talk to us with the portraits and will remain out of the way to not become targets.
Say, do you think I'm in the part of the mansion consecrated to ghost stuff? There's that room with the weird star where I fought the rave, and now I'm in a room with a telescope, and I heard that watching the night sky can be part of that stuff.
No doubt about it. This previous room was probably where the Jam family was talking with the spirits to learn about them and discover where their targets were. And this telescope was probably to read the sky and know when was the good time to do, the rituals. Because some spiritual rituals work better in the night in the right circumstances, like in a full moon, or when a certain group of stars are aligned, or when a certain comet passes above our heads. If you can find the archives listing those rituals and other ghost stuff, I would love for you to bring them to me. It would help greatly in my research.
Applebloom looked around and then in the previous room. Weird, those archives aren't here.
Well, they're probably in another room, more remote, so probably in the basement or on the last floor. Away of the public's eyes.
So I will probably not find them before near the end. She returned to the hallway, making sure that no pony was there. She could hear some hoof steps from the side of Emerald's room and some talking, so she didn't remain here long and went towards the stairs to the third floor, testing the key at the last door here. It opened. She entered a well-decorated room, with a single table surrounded by a chair and a sofa, and with a tea set on it. 2 fire diamond dogs immediately appeared and started throwing fireballs at her, and to her surprise, a bird of fire, a phoenix, also appeared, starting to fly in a circle near the ceiling, but she couldn't pay attention to the bird too much because of the fireballs from the dogs, forcing her to run behind the sofa. Using covers, she approached the first dog and trapped it in the poltergeist's vortex, but then, as she was capturing it, the phoenix dove at her, its body combusting. Taken by surprise by this, Applebloom deactivated the poltergeist and jumped back, avoiding a bad burn as the phoenix hit the ground in a small explosion of fire before rising again towards the ceiling. When Applebloom was able to again trap the diamond dog, the phoenix attacked again, forcing her to let the dog escape for a second time. Annoyed, Applebloom trapped the dog for a third time, but as soon as she saw the phoenix diving at her, she stopped capturing the dog and turned the poltergeist to the bird before pressing the button again. The phoenix didn't resist long before it was captured, but the other dog was able to hit her in the back with a small fireball. Yeep. Thankfully, the fireball didn't burn too much, her fur not even taking fire, so she quickly jumped behind cover again before dealing with the 2 diamond dogs. 5 more phoenixes appeared, all diving at her one after another, and Applebloom was forced to run without stopping while catching the birds one by one until the last one was gone. Then, of all ghosts, a cow appeared and jumped towards her to fall on her with all its weight. A quick roll was all it took to dodge, and Applebloom captured the cow. 2 new phoenixes appeared to annoy her, so she let the cow drag her while she jumped around to avoid the diving birds until it was caught. The phoenixes quickly got the same fate, and the key appeared. But now, the room was badly burned. This time it wasn't me! She heard some pony sigh. We know. Applebloom opened the door at the entrance's left, entering a bedroom with the ghost of a filly sleeping on the bed, just beside her own corpse. And now Applebloom was feeling the need to go sleep with her, but resisted. I think I found Platinum Shoes. I think she died in her sleep, she said sadly.
Well, at least it's a better way to die than what happened to all the others. Bogmire probably put her in some kind of sleeping coma, and without drinking or eating, she died.
Applebloom sighed. I'll capture her and pass to the next room. She approached the sleeping filly, about to press the button. But then Platinum started talking in her sleep. Will you save Mommy and Daddy? Applebloom looked at the filly in surprise before she answered. I already saved them. Now I just have to stop the curse. The ghost smiled. Thank you. Platinum let herself being caught without any struggle, and the key appeared. Say, how many gems are left? Applebloom asked.
Not many. Zircon, Jump Scare, and Pyrite, without forgetting Little Ghosts, but remember, you'll certainly encounter other ghosts, so it doesn't mean much.
With the new key in her possession, Applebloom returned to the hallway, and with no room left on the second floor except the barred one, which she was not sure how to enter, she climbed the stairs to the third floor. At the top... Found you! Ah, you missed it, bonk! Ah, you got me. Pinky ambushed her beside the door to the next room, and avoided the first swing of Applebloom's bat, only for the filly to swing again, and hit her this time, making the pink mare spin once with stars in her eyes before falling unconscious, tongue sticking out. Darn, with all the times I hit her in the head, I hope she won't have problems. She quickly tested the key on the door and it opened, letting Applebloom enter a room full of trophies with some crates. Do trophies count as the Gem's family's treasure?
Well, of course, they are rewards from old competitions. They must have some historical value.
A centaur appeared with 3 unicorns. Okay, I'll deal with the ghosts and I'll send the trophies to you. Like Smart Spirit told her to, she made sure to target the centaur first before it could drain her of her magic, and she was able to catch one of the unicorns at the same time. However, the room was rather small, so it was really hard to dodge the magical beams of the 2 remaining unicorns while she was being dragged by the centaur. Eventually, she decided to stop catching it and ran so she would be able to catch the centaur with one of the unicorns. Thanks to this, she was able to capture a second unicorn along with the centaur, and then caught the 3rd unicorn. With no more ghosts showing up, the key appeared, and Applebloom took it before placing the trophies in the magic bag one by one, sending it to the professor. Once the last trophy was gone, she opened a door in the wall, and at the entrance right, entering a very dark hallway, with a door at the right of the one she passed, and another one at the end of the hallway. A swarm of parasprites, some mice, and a minotaur appeared after one another as she traversed it and tested the doors with the key. She had no problem capturing all of them before finding out that the key opened the door at the end of the hallway. The door led to a huge balcony with 2 statues, one of Celestia and one of Luna, at opposite sides, as well as many plants. Then a festival of ghosts appeared everywhere on the balcony. Earth ponies, Pegasus, unicorns, griffins, hippogriffs, zebras, diamond dogs, minotaurs, deers, and even a centaur. Some of the ghosts holding spears and swords. Oh, horse apples! She immediately went after the centaur again, catching it with a zebra and a hippogriff. She did everything to dodge the attacks while the centaur was dragging her. The deer is growing vines around the balcony before sending them after the filly, but she was quickly forced to give up the capture to run away from the shockwave of a minotaur. She immediately reactivated the poltergeist on the centaur, this time catching a deer, 2 unicorns, and a diamond dog. The deer and the unicorns were gone first, but she had to give up the capture of the centaur and the diamond dog to deal with the vines going after her, using the shear to cut them. She ran away from the centaur before it could start draining her, and finished dealing with more vines before she targeted one of the deers, catching a big group of ghosts with it. She was able to capture a good number of them, but the centaur eventually reached her, and she was forced to give up the few ghosts that were able to resist to finish it along with some earth ponies and another zebra. She got hit by a magical beam, followed by a wing lariat from one of the Pegasi. Quickly rolling to avoid the sting of a sword, she activated the poltergeist again, catching another big group of ghosts. But more ghosts appeared, among them fat ponies with bananas, cows, a few manticores, and a cockatrice, along with a swarm of parasprites and even some buffaloes, those last ones charging at her in a group to impale her with their horns or to trample her under their hooves. Applebloom had to run a lot and quickly to avoid the many attacks, quickly capturing the swarm of parasprites before they could devour her. Once she reached the edge of the balcony, she put the poltergeist to red, turned around, and started catching ghost after ghost, making sure to make regular pauses to let the machine cool down. More ghosts appeared again, then more. Yaks joined the party along with phoenixes, donkeys, and elemental ghosts. With their number, Applebloom got hit a lot, but she resisted, clenching her teeth as she probably captured the 100th ghost since this battle started. Thankfully, there was a lot of place to move around here, and the statues were useful as covers against projectiles. But then, a huge arm with a claw rose from beyond the edge of the balcony before slamming on it, causing everything to shake, but Applebloom couldn't focus on it too much because of the many ghosts still around. Then a second huge claw slammed on the balcony at the opposite side, making it shake again. As the number of ghosts on the balcony started to drop, Applebloom looked at the edge of the balcony between the claws, and saw a huge reptilian head with a long neck rise up from below before roaring at her, its roar making everything shake again during its duration. It was a bucking dragon.